Now we're going to go through the assembly of the Pro Combo stock set. This stock fits a Remington 1187, 1100, and 870, and we have forearms for both. You're going to get a stock like this. If it's an 1100 or 1187, you're going to get a forearm like this. If it's an 870, you'll have a different forearm. You'll get one of my Auto Buster recoil systems that's already assembled with medium springs in it. You get a recoil pad, you get a white plastic spacer, a nut to assemble the stock onto the gun with, you get a wavy washer to assemble the forearm with, you get a wrench to put the stock on with, some hardware items, and you also get an instruction sheet, a tool kit, and 2 sets of spare springs. We're going to go through the disassembly of an 1100 stock, so you'll know how to get the stock off and get the new stock on. On an 1100 or an 1187, an old style 1100, the stock is held on with what we call a hat nut. A newer version is held on with a nut like this. The newest version is held on with a shorter nut like this. And you also have a thrust washer with 2 teeth on it and a split lock washer. These are all in your gun now. These 2 washers and one of the 3 nuts that I showed you is what holds your wood stock on. So decide what you need, either an 11/16 socket or a big screwdriver or a regular tool that's made just for taking this nut off. And take that nut off. Take your recoil pad off, reach in there and take that nut loose. The 2 washers we don't worry about, you can leave them in the stock for right now. When you get the nut off, get a hold of the stock, pull it straight back. You can then turn it upside down and dump the 2 washers out in your hand. Lay the stock aside. Our new stock has a thicker tenon here than the wood stock does. The wood stock has a thrust washer on the back of the receiver. It looks just like this. Take it out. It just slides over the tube. Reach up there with a magnet or a screwdriver or your fingers or whatever and take it out. You don't need it with the new stock. Once you've done that, take the new stock and slide it up into place. Assemble the washers in this order. Take the thrust washer with the teeth on it. Put the teeth toward the muzzle of the gun and slide it over the threaded tube in the back end. Once that's on, take the split lock washer, slide it over the tube in the back end. Then take the new plastic spacer that you got with your kit, slide it over the tube in the back end. And last but not least, you got a new nut in your kit. You notice that the threads inside the nut have been turned off for a ways on one side. Turn that side toward the muzzle of the gun and thread it onto the threaded tube to hold your stock in place. Provide you a little wrench. Slip the wrench up on there and get a hold of that nut. It comes with a handle. I'm using my screwdriver. Secure that thing tight. Okay, once you've got the stock assembled to the gun and tight, take your Auto Buster recoil system. It's already assembled. It's already got the medium springs in it. The medium springs are what you're going to use for 90% of the applications. Take a 1/8 Allen wrench, loosen the pad plate on the back, turn it crossways, and then just tighten it up enough it don't slide around. We'll slip the system in the back of the gun. Take the 2 Phillips head screws and insert them right through this hole in the center of the recoil system. Tighten them up. That's all there is to assembling your recoil system to the gun. Then loosen the center screw again. Turn your plate back straight. This pad plate is adjustable up and down, and it'll twist from side to side for gun fit and comfort again. Tighten that up where you want it. Then take your recoil pad. You get 2 recoil pad screws that look like this. Insert the screw into the pad. Tighten it up on the back of the recoil pad plate. If you want to change the springs in this unit, say you're shooting heavier loads and you want to put the heavy springs in instead of the mediums, take the whole unit back out of the stock, Get your toolkit. You'll find in there some more springs and some Allen wrenches. Take the largest Allen wrench. I'm going to take the heavy springs out. There's your heavy springs. They're marked heavy. 5/32 Allen wrench. This big screw in the back of the unit, you're going to take that loose. Take it all the way out. You notice I've got three parts here. I've got a screw, I've got a countersunk washer, and I've got a rubber bumper. Lay those aside, and then very simply slip the unit apart. Reach in here and take these two springs out. Get the two new springs that you want in it out of your package. Drop them in place. Reassemble the back onto the unit. Snug your screw up. Look to make sure that the springs are seated in their corresponding spring pockets. These went right in there that time. If they're not, reach in there and just push them with your finger until they snap into place. And then put the unit back in the gun. This stock system also comes with an adjustable comb. If you're not familiar with adjustable combs, you take your 3/32 Allen wrench, loosen the two screws on the side of the comb and lift it off. It comes with a series of spacers. You can add or subtract spacers to raise or lower the comb. You can also move the comb post from right to left to line up with the center of the rib. Simply stick your 3/32 Allen wrench in there and loosen it. Put it where you want it. Snug it back down. Don't try and twist these off. Just snug them down. They're not going anywhere. Once you get that done, reassemble your comb. Tighten it back up. Again, don't need to try and twist these off. Now the other piece of this system is a new forearm. You'll notice when you get the forearm that it has a little black piece of plastic in it right here. I've had numerous phone calls saying I can't get my forearm to go on my gun because there's an extra piece of plastic in there. What do? Take your thumb and take it out. It's a spacer to use to keep this from collapsing during shipping. To replace the fore end, take your fore end nut off. This one already had a new fore end on it, so it's already got the wavy washer in place. Slide the fore end off the gun. Take your new fore end, slide it on the gun, drop the wavy washer over the end of the tube, tighten the nut back down. And you have now completely assembled and installed your Pro Combo stock set. In every one of the toolkits and information packs, there's one of my business cards. It's got my phone number on it. Our shop hours are 8 to 12, 1 to 4, Monday through Friday. If you have any problems or any questions with the recoil system on this stock, feel free to give me a call. I'll help you any way I can. If you have problems with anything else on this stock, we're not responsible for the manufacture of that. It's made by Bill Davis Enterprises. For any problems with the stock, the forearm, the adjustable comb, give Bill a call.